Facebook Marketplace drives me absolutely crazy. I hate selling on Facebook Marketplace, and this is why. So last Friday, we took my daughter to the flea market. She had all kinds of toys and clothes she wanted to sell, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to post a big bundle deal, 56 articles of 4T clothing on Facebook Marketplace for $65, which is less than, it was 56. It was 56. There's a little over $1 an article of clothing, which is really a good deal. And we're not talking about ratty old clothes. We're talking about decent clothes, real good name brand clothes. So this lady messaged me a day after I posted, which was Saturday, and she said she don't get paid until the following Friday, and she couldn't afford the $65, but she'd really like it. Could she get it cheaper? And I said I could do $50, so I knocked $15 off of it, and she got the bag of clothes that's less than $1 an article of clothing because there's 56 pieces. She got it for $50. So she wanted it, and I held it for an entire week. And I go to the flea market set up today. I have that bag with me, and I have it set aside, and I have it tied up ready for her. And I told her I'd be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got there at 7:45. I messaged her and said, hey, I'm at the flea market, and that's where we agreed to meet. And she's like, did not respond. So I go ahead and sell and do everything else, and I still have her bag of clothes in the back of the vehicle. And finally, she messaged me at like 10:45, and she's like, I just got up. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be here. I had told her previously I was going to be there till noon. Well, it was not popping at the flea market, and I was ready to go at 10:45. And I was like, well, how long is it going to take for you to get here that I'm already starting to pack up, and I want to be out, I'm going to probably be leaving here about 11. She's like, oh, well, I will start heading that way. 11 o'clock comes, and she's like, hey, I've got to head to the next town over, and that's like 30 minutes away. And I'm like, I thought you were going to meet me here. And well, anyway, she ends up, I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm starting to pack up. Just, I can wait a little longer. And finally, she's like, is it everything in the pictures? And I'm like, yes, it's everything that I have listed on the marketplace. You get 56 articles of clothing, 4T, and we agreed on $50. And I had to remind her that I had to actually take a screenshot of the listing on Facebook Marketplace and show it to her where she was buying, because she said, oh, I'm so confused. And at that point, I was like, you know what, she's pranking me. She ain't even coming, because I've had that happen before. And she was finally like, so it's 56 pieces of clothing for $50. I'm like, yes, we agreed on this a week ago. And well, anyway, she is messaging me back, and she's like, hey, I am in almost, where you're at. I'm on my way. I'm like, okay. So we end up waiting an hour and a half before this woman comes after 11 o'clock. And finally, she comes, and she hands me my money. She goes our merry way, and then she goes the opposite direction of where she came from. So I just don't know what was going on. But I hate Facebook Marketplace because I hate waiting on people. I've had so many people that we have actually went and sat and waited on them, and then finally they're like, oh, never mind, I don't want it. Or they just never respond. I hate trading on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't like always setting up at the flea market. So anybody else encounter these problems, or is it just me? Is that me problem? Because this is not the first rodeo for me, for it to be a headache doing a Facebook Marketplace trade. So I'd love to hear your stories in the comments, and then I'll share some more because I got some doozies.